All right. Welcome, everyone. Oh, we're live. How fun. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Sylvia. So I didn't think it had seen me yet. So you got to see me adjust my camera. Oh, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Maureen. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. So thank you for joining me today. This is Akasha and this is the Infinite Show. And this is, I think, our first show of the year. I might be wrong. I can't remember. I think so. So I've been on an amazing journey since the end of November. I've been on so many trips. I did 2 retreats in the Mayan Riviera with the dolphins and the Mayans and the caves and Gaia, epic ceremonies, everything I do so sacred that we're going in with such power. And I'm on like you guys who come regularly, right? You do your regular stuff, maybe you're not getting satisfied in that moment. Oh, why don't I have what I want? I want this gone. I want this here. And yet you have this flow and this belief and this knowing and this understanding that you will make sure that turn that up a little bit, that you, every day that you do your work, do your path, pay attention to yourself, your multidimensional spiritual self. Every single day you do that is a day that is strengthening you. Oh, thank you. Hi, Kim. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Danny. Hi, TL. Hi, Eurotech. I'm seeing all of these hearts coming up in the corner. And so everything you do, every moment of every day is leading you forward. It is from that moment the most optimal way that you can do, be, hear, experience, sense, and co-create with that moment. So what's really interesting is that we have been birthed into this decade of metamorphosis. We're in 2024. We're not even halfway, and we've seen the massive changes in the physical world. Imagine what that means is coming in all of the invisible realms or hidden realms that are now becoming visible and rising up. The hidden realms is really the reaccessing of our own truth, realizing that the paradigm we live in, the story on the planet, the ancestry, the history, it's all bringing us to a completion point that we would not have any idea how to create. So we are now here on January 13, one of my favorite numbers. It's my birthday number. And that is an incredible moment because we are tipping now into the new year, the Chinese New Year. So to me, the new year is the solstice on the 21st and the Chinese New Year around February 10th. So between those, we have our new year. And because it's something we're ingrained with, we celebrate it. So you're probably in the new year thing. You might have been thinking, completing, thanking, being ready to release the past. When you reveal and unravel the last year, you want to look at it from a higher perspective and don't relate to the pain and the loss and the fear. Relate to, wow, I'm a kick-ass spiritual rock star, all of you. And I went through some big stuff, some great stuff, some fun stuff, some shitty stuff, some painful stuff. Check it out. You're a hero, you're a heroine, you are the main character. But the cool part is all the power we were told we didn't have, we have. Now that we're waking up, I don't have to live that way. I don't have to have that job. I don't have to live in that place. I don't have to stay in this relationship. I don't have to do this job. I can completely change the paradigm of how I relate to the world because the world is a melting pot of creative energies. And the illusion, the film, the story, the drama, the opportunity, the journey that we create is filled with richness. It's filled with prosperity. Prosperity. So that's our topic. Now, it's been very interesting because I spent a lot of time in my life making money and losing money. I've been very wealthy and traveled around, made lots of money in my businesses. I've lost my businesses. I've had a bankruptcy. I've had a huge epic divorce that got rid of everything, all the way down to where I was selling my art, my precious, valuable art, not that I created, that I collected, back to my ex just to survive. So on that ride, at that time, I was in a place that was optimal. What does that mean? It wasn't what I wanted in my ego brain. It wasn't what my craving was all about. It wasn't what my lack and my people pleasing and my chasing and my craving and my overworking to be good enough, but knowing that I felt I was never going to be good enough. So I was essentially on a treadmill through life of constantly trying to be good enough for everyone, to please everyone. Is it wrong to love people, to care for people, to give to people? Absolutely not. It's our nature. It's what we give and how we give and what we were told, how we had to sacrifice in order to give. The lack and the limit is encoded into our family story, into our story in our schools, with our families, in our jobs, in our self-identity, how you feel about your body. So everything about you, yes, my love, I am. So I have this fabulous ring, but I never can wear it because it was clicking. So I'm going to share it because the energies are very important. This is an obsidian ring, but oddly, I live in Mayan Aztec obsidian land, and it's my favorite stone because it's protective and it's clearing. It will pull darkness out of you. That includes your own fears, your own shadows, and then it protects from darkness. That means fears and cravings, and those darknesses are all essentially within you. So I found it in Greece, though. I find that utterly fascinating. So thank you. So where would you like to be? We've recreated a whole new altar today just for this prosperity challenge. And the prosperity challenge is going to move in next week into the prosperity magic class. Now, this is a class that's different than my intuition awakening classes, which are very interactive, where people practice. This is a class where each section is going to be brought through in a way that it is a process and a step. So you're going to be able to look at this library of your prosperity magic, and I've already been seeing there's going to be a part 2. So there's so much that wants to be shared, and this year is the year of the sacred feminine mysteries. That doesn't mean men aren't involved. That means that we're all balancing masculine and feminine, and yet the focus needs to be on the sacred within all of those energies, because duality is what creates, and what we're here to do is to manifest. We are designed as creators and manifestors. Your body is a vehicle. It's just like a car. It's carefully crafted. It comes with a lot of codes. You picked the family and the genealogy, but that's just this tiny center of you in your light body. Bing, there you are. And then you have an auric field. All right, so you have your skin and your bones and your blood and all these things, but going through it, you have chakras and you have central channels, and your chakras go out and intersect with all the subtle bodies. All right, then you have layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of encoded light, the emotional body, the mental body. All right, what we call the spiritual body includes many, many, many dimensions and so on. Now, these aren't just there to be pretty. They are literally the structure of who you are, and they've been encoded. You are here on a fully funded mission, so I want you to write that down. Prosperity principle number 1, I am here on a fully funded mission. What does that mean? That means that your purpose for being here, or your missions, your opportunities to be here, whatever you consider it. So if you've ever seen a movie where like somebody becomes the president and they're not the president or some authority, and they suddenly have the power, they have the ability to make a difference, they have a really good heart, and they realize that rather than reject the opportunity of being gifted power, because they see so much abuse and they're afraid of abusing power. This is your story at a core level. You have somehow lost, been burned at the stake, been stabbed, been betrayed, made a lot, lost a lot, made a lot, and then weren't happy. That's a really common story that's not talked about very much because everybody is in a greed mentality right now. Everybody's grabbing. There's more hackers. There's more scams. There's more people forcing and pushing energy at you saying, this is the way, buy my stuff, do this. It's becoming this it went from when I first got on the internet 18 years ago, it was like a vast wasteland of a few people. And it was unstructured. We didn't really know what to do. So we were like, what do you do? I don't know what I go do this. Okay, we'll do that. And then that accelerated, and we are accelerating faster and faster. What the internet looks like now compared to then for being on it information wise, yes, but I'm talking about like for reaching people. All right, for reaching people with this information, for feeling like you have a mission that needs to connect, or you being here, and thank you, is profound because you and me become something a little bit different. And then that energy starts to go out. And our wounds and our pains and our fears and our stories connect, but they're not the only things that connect. Our powers, our past wisdoms. I recently did a session with a beautiful client, and in it came through my retreats, my sessions, my classes. They're all incredibly reverent, ceremonial, sacral. And this year I'm going to reveal more mysteries outside of the context of needing to take a structured ancient tradition type of course. I've been trained in a lot of ancient traditions. I've taken 5 different mystery schools, 1 through level 5, working very closely with the creator, the channel for it. And I've been working with the other realms for over 35 years, I think almost 40 years, somewhere in there. And my journey has been what's taken me there. So I didn't wake up, I was talking to fairies and everything when I was a little girl. I was seeing other realms. My sister was embarrassed to be around me. My mother called it, oh, me and my butterfly ways. I was always dancing and skipping and talking to everything around me. And I had tons and tons, and I remember all of it. I didn't remember them as imaginary. But then there became a moment when the disapproval begins. And what we're looking at in this life is that we are one of the most important lives or aspects, facets of our soul. Our soul contains all these lives. You have prehistoric lives, you have lives on other planets, you have lives as a priestess, you have lives as a slave owner, you have lives as an abuser of animals, you have lives of talking to animals, you have lives that are so full and rich of information, realization, experience is the best teacher, but you already have it within you. So what's been revealed to us is the breakdown. We're in the breakdown. The metamorphosis is happening this decade. As we've broken down, we struggle, we complain, we watch the world. There's always this tug and pull. What's right? What's wrong? Who's right? What's wrong? This isn't good. This is terrible. What's going to happen? And always you see lack. You see doom and gloom. You see these predictions by big important people with lots of degrees and people who spend a lot of money to ask them to study how horrible our life will be in 10 or 20 or 30 years if we do this or we don't do that. Do we need to become aware of our energy field, including our trash, our pollution, and piling up cars that were produced that nobody wanted to buy in some land somewhere and leaving it there? There's all kinds of horrible stuff that could make you sad. for the planet, for yourself, for your future children, or as a lot of the native tribes say, for the next 7 generations. You are not making choices right now for just you. You're making choices for your whole soul. You're getting to be one of the most important people at the helm because you've decided to dive into the body. You decided to go through all of these layers of dimensions, of states, of reality, to come into this vehicle, to grow it through pain and flu, through joy and orgasm, through the pinnacle of having all the money and feeling safe, to the pinnacle, or the opposite of whatever you want to call the pinnacle, as above, so below, just like the temple that we're within, and down, equal, into the womb, the earth. So we've come here with a huge assignment, and it hasn't felt very peaceful, because nobody's really understood what's going on. We've rapidly risen out of low states of consciousness as a collective, as a planet, as a universe, a galaxy, and a multiverse. And we don't just affect us when we think something, when we eat something for our body that's toxic, when we listen to something that's toxic for our emotions or our belief, or we receive abuse emotionally and we think it's okay just because that's what the person's done forever. It's not. You have to make choices now. You can't keep, there's so much more information. There's so many higher realms opening. You could blend between them if you start to make money from fear, from pain, from loss, from trying to prove your worth to somebody, from trying to pay your debt and hanging your debt around your neck like a big burden, right? Or from constantly feeling dissatisfied because you can't get up and do what you want. I understand these things very, very well. I've had lots of money and no money. I've had physical problems where I couldn't even walk, which is my favorite thing. And my partner's had a seizure where after almost 4 years, he's functional and he can even do tech stuff. And he's, always helping me with any computer problems. He's on top of the newest things, but he has a couple of hours a day within which that he can do focused thinking. There's things he can't do that we used to do, like go be with the dolphins. He can't be, doing the active kind of things. And he comes to the meditation. And so I've been exposed really profoundly, like you have, especially in the last 4 to 5 years, with how now is the only moment. Now is the only moment. How do you feel now? What are you looking at now? Are you feeling dissatisfied now? Do you have cravings for unfulfilled desires right now? What is prosperity? Do you believe in prosperity? Do you think you can have prosperity? Did you have it once and then lose it? Does it feel like, oh my gosh, if I get on that road again, I'll work hard, I'll stress out, and then it'll all fail anyway? I've been there. My clients have been there. I've been working with people on these deeper levels around money since I got online with the Spirit of Money course. And what happens is that all of the beliefs that we had, but also these other parts of our soul, we have so many other lives. If you imagine this enormous universe around you, filled with you who's had a different experience. Now, if that person was a priestess of Isis at the temple of this in Egypt, that's fantastic. I love that shit. You know it. I go there. I activate it. Come to Greece with me. Come to Maya land with me. Come to Avalon with me. This is what we're going to be doing this year. Activating the sacred feminine, calling on all the intuitive guides, crystals and goddesses and energies and the fae and the nature and the roots and the waters and the elementals and everything. And it's amazing. And yet, what are you giving? Because all these energies are around you, they're detoxing. Okay? We know the trees are taking our CO2 and turning it into the green plants, right? Into oxygen. And yet they're being fed So everything is balanced. We aren't in balance. So the first rule of prosperity is to remember that you're not here to suffer, that you're not here to be punished, and that you're not here because you fucked it up, you failed, you lost, you're not smart enough, you didn't have the right opportunities, you didn't go to the right school, you don't have the right friends, you don't have the money to invest in your business. All of it can be a challenge. It is not the reason. Take back your power. You know you want to. So believe that. So what does that mean? Write that down and ponder that for me, okay? Today you're going to ponder, if I'm on a fully funded mission, then where the hell is my, or whatever you want to say. Like, what in the world's going on here? Why have I had this loss? Why have I had that? And you do this inside of the sacred chamber, because what you're doing is you're going around. We have this amazing healer come in March, and he's going to be available to anybody who comes early or stays a day late in March at the Magic Mayan Dolphin Retreat. It's the only one this year in March. And you can have him come. He came and did like 4 healings, and they're 90 minutes and they're very affordable, and he can do massage and chiropractor and energy work and all these different things. And he's Mayan, and he's trained in energy. He uses sound instruments, and he uses herbs and, you know, smudge and smoke and a lot of the magic things I do that I'm going to be teaching you this year in the classes. And what happens is that at one point he puts a little bowl of water, like a little, there's this plant here that is, they use it's a seed actually. This is a coconut shell, but it's kind of like this, and they use it for bowls. And he puts this bowl of water right on your belly button, which is very profound to me, because when we went to Greece in October, and what we're going to be doing in May is extremely profound for what's happening right now. So we're in accelerated evolution, and everything you do is feeding back to the whole. It's not only creating your reality, it is either helping to free people and create a new, positive, expansive, unblamed, unattached reality, or it is reinforcing the negative, not wanted reality. Now, I understand that it can be very hard to not look at the news or Facebook, or to feel these things when you're working hard or you want something. That's one of the biggest lessons, is stop working so hard and stop believing it has to be hard, and stop believing that it has to take a lot of time. So if you're here on a fully funded mission, what does that mean? I want you to think about what that means in terms of time, in terms of resources, in terms of support, in terms of wise, magical wizards and mentors and elves, okay? Different parts of your soul. What does it mean if you're here on a fully funded mission? Then you must have a support staff. You must have a button on your desk that you can call support. Who are they? Okay, so we're going to go in now, and we're going to allow the prosperity grandmothers, the wisdom circle of the timeless, ageless watchers. I'm just becoming familiar with these beautiful beings. However, in the last several months, and of course, I live my life every minute, every day. Even these classes, these courses, these things are aligned with what's coming through me. So my first number one thing is I'm living my path, and I'm constantly peeling away the layers of who I thought I was and who I was told, what I'm afraid of, what might be blocking something that I feel is very important. And it's something that I'm trying to achieve, yet I'm over here blocking myself. This is where it feels hard. So I want you to write down, I now am ready and willing to release the struggle and all that no longer serves my greatest prosperity and peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So this morning, thumbs up, Z-Bell. Hi, Lucille. So this morning I've been up for a few hours. It was not a nice day, unfortunately, to go for a walk at sunrise. It was kind of cloudy, a little bit windy. I mean, it was okay. I just came back from visiting my family. I'm so blessed, so blessed, so blessed, so blessed. There aren't words for the blessings I feel. My dad turned 90, my kids turned 27, and it was by far the most beautiful, harmonious, wonderful, happy, loving experience I have ever had with my family. And it's taken my whole life to come to this point of completion. So I want you to understand that every area of your life is in a hero's journey. It's in a circle. It's sitting in the ordinary world, wondering, craving, wanting, maybe mulling things over, or it's being called to something new, or it's on the adventure meeting a magical fairy godmother. So come to the prosperity magic class, okay, that's starting next week. Seriously want to come. And then you go down into your shadow. That is the cycle. That is what we're here for. You have to go into the dark to come back to the light, to spiral to the next level. You can't go into prosperity, whatever you perceive that is, from and carrying the beliefs and the pains, the attachments and the fears. So I don't know personally what's completing and shifting for you, but in a couple of weeks, in a week or so, I'm going to be crossing a major line in my astrological chart. I am moving my north node, which is my life path. That is your direction, out of my house of family into a new house. Now, it's profound because it stayed there a long time, but knowing that and realizing that intuitively, I knew I had to be there. Of course, logically, I wanted to be there, and then not getting like the communication to go get it planned in advance. So it wasn't until mid to late December that I bought the ticket, and then a week and a half later bought Chris's ticket because he didn't think he could go. And it suddenly began to take on a momentum that it turned out Chris is also crossing a major path with his north node in February. It's different. However, this was a huge thing in both of our lives, and we had listened within to this call. So there's a lot of reasons. Of course, anybody might say, well, of course you want to go see your family, but there's a lot of reasons, right? There's health. Chris has not traveled in 4 years, so it's very difficult. It's very challenging for him in a lot of ways, and he felt like he could come. That's major. And he didn't go to Greece with me in October. So we're all having these encoded. This is part of your fully funded mission. You have encoded, you can read it through your astrology or your human design or whatever other system you want, your life purpose profiles, or whatever it comes through that makes sense to you, okay? This is not to limit you because you are going beyond what you or any of your soul has been. That's part of the problem. How do you envision a prosperity you've never really experienced? You have to start. You have to build the bridge because you've been blocking the flow with all the fear, the worry, the conditioning, the programming, the I can't, I will, women can't make money, I'm paid less, I tried, I can't get hired, I've stayed home with my kids, nobody wants me. Whatever the story is, you're not the only one who's felt it. I've felt it, experienced it, or someone else has, or some part of your soul has. So after Prosperity Magic, we're going into your sacred soul powers, which is reconnecting to the past lives that are ready to share powers with you, wisdom with you. Maybe you will discover a school you were at, or a teaching you used to teach, or a job you used to do. On my retreats, we often have Atlantis energies come through, or we go to Atlantis down through the pyramids in the Mayan. And when we do that, One time, everybody was shown what they did, their job, so to speak. And a man who was a landscape designer here and had his own company, and he just loved plants. I mean, this was his entrance to the spirit world, the way animals were the entrance to my spiritual world, breakdown, and then animals. And so your prosperity is built in because your other lives may have been a nobody, but they went through massive loss and then they recovered. They learned to heal their heart. They became Chiron, the wounded healer, because we all are. And so we are the ones that are here to heal ourselves. Healing means becoming whole. It doesn't mean fixing anything. The only way you can become whole is to accept yourself, accept all of you. When you have acceptance, peace can live within you. Have you ever planted anything? Have you ever grown anything? Tiny kittens or puppies, or plants or seeds or vegetables? You know that they require loving care, the right environment, the right temperature, the right amount of light and dark, the right amount of nutrients, the right soil to live in. It goes on and on. So you're the same way, but you've been forgetting to listen and care for yourself the way you would for a tiny baby. Because you're going through such a massive breakdown, transformation, transmutation, transfiguration, all of these things are happening. It's very profound and exciting, and nobody's done it before. So you have the tools within you. That's your first thought. If I'm on a fully funded mission, what does it mean? Then you went to Q if you're a James Bond fan, and he gave you all your fancy tools. You know how to use them. Maybe your tools are being able to hold space. Maybe to separate yourself from the situation, to not go into drama. Maybe your tools are, I don't know what. But what if you start to recognize it? So the next thing the prosperity grandmothers want to tell us before I go deeper, is they're coming closer. You can probably feel it. I've already done a lot of magic. I've created the chamber that we're in, so please welcome yourself. I've had smudge and sage going, and we have light and a candle. We have a lot of prosperity rocks here, and our prosperity frogs, okay? So we've got malachite goddesses everywhere. We have our Genesis crystals here and here, which are the Genesis. This is the beginning of your new creative cycle, because what you do in prosperity magic is not just learn how to go, I'm going to make $1 million and say it 1 million times. It doesn't work. It's going to be to let go of that part of you that thinks you need to say that and surrender into being in the creative space, co-creating with all of these divine energies. Of course, we have Lakshmi. She's the goddess of abundance, so to speak. She's the goddess of material and spiritual riches. She holds as many lotuses up of your awakening spirit as she does coins coming out, and she's blessed by elephants in a never-ending flow of this beautiful water that she's standing in, always in a lotus. These are all symbols. The symbols and the rocks, the content of the malachite is prosperity, growth, healing, vibrant, full of life force, excellent for your kundalini, your Genesis crystal in your sacral, and connecting to Gaia. I have it sitting on a communication stone with a lucky coin. These all represent different forms of prosperity. There's clear crystals and there's smoky quartz crystals that are programmed. We have an amplifier. We have the evil eye protecting. That's a protective eye, okay? Protecting everything. And we have love and rose quartz and the dolphins and goddesses, all right? And we have the prosperity grandmothers. So everything that's here, not just here, but around the house, has been arranged and designed. This is part of what I want to share with you. We will go much, much deeper in prosperity magic because you're going to have process after process. And the process is going to include creating your sacred space and different tools to do that. How to understand that when I have a wing hanging right here. Oh, you can't see it. It's a little necklace with a wing that I bought for Chris when I was in Greece because I had just been on the Parthenon and I was communicating and walking with Athena as well as with Nike. So Nike is the goddess of victory that Athena holds in her hand. And that is part of your fully funded mission, is that you hold your own victory in your hand. It is already there. It is already coded. You have whatever it needs. And when you learn to speak to and connect to your spirit guides, to the crystals, to the energies, to the symbols, you do your light work, you do whatever it is that is aligning you and freeing you from the things that feel right now impossible to get free from. If you feel impossible to get free from blame, shame, and guilt, regret, anger, craving, disappointment, it's okay. Just realize it's a state. It isn't truth. It doesn't say what the world is, because there's people living in prosperity, whatever that means to them. So you must redefine prosperity, because it isn't just money. And you can be prosperous without money. And in the times that I had nothing, and the pain that I was causing myself, flogging myself with, that I was such a loser because I had lost money, that I didn't have money. And what I believed it meant. Those were the suffering, those were the ties that mentally and emotionally and conditionally and ancestrally and family are very deeply encoded in your light body. So prosperous is your nature, because you're designed to grow. Yet, what does a tree do? What does your very best tree in your yard do? Well, I live in the tropics, so my coconut trees, they never die, they never go dark, and they always have green leaves, but they're consistently having flowers all the time. They're producing the coconuts all the time. There's bees out there right now. I just came from freezing cold, and there's bees outside my window eating the flower nectar of the coconut trees, but they shed the old branches. Other trees shed the leaves, whatever is appropriate for the environment. So start paying attention to your environment. Where do you not feel that you already have what you need, and ask for it to show up? Part of this is beginning to recognize that the things that you're carrying around don't support you, whether they're a thought or a fear, and they're blocking you. This is the grandmother, there it is, grandmother prosperity dreamweaver oracle card from my new oracle deck. And she represents timeless magic. She brings the grandmother wisdom, this council together, because they work with the universe throughout time. There's no time. They know there's no such thing as lack. They understand in duality. You have the tree that goes into hibernation. You have the bear that goes into hibernation. It goes down deep into its roots, but it doesn't die. It takes its energy and moves in to the dark realms, to the inner realms, to the womb. And in that place, it begins to grow and rest and receive the nurturing it needs, knowing that there's an infinite amount of energy for it to have, to feed it, to come back to life. We've not been shown that there are cycles in life, that you can move up and down in money, prosperity, love, in health, happiness, and energy. Nothing will always increase. There are cycles in life. The reason the sacred feminine is needed to be seen, to be accepted, to be activated, is that it knows the cycles of life. It is the creator of life, and it is the acceptor of death. The hero's journey that you are on means that you are dying to who you were. You cannot experience another new moment and stay the same. And yet you cling to the same beliefs, the same goals. Eternal prosperity is when you release yourself to source and manifest in the flow. You'll notice that what she's doing is she is a part of the cosmos, and so are you. And she's calm, and she's at peace, and she's keeping her medicine on her. I tell you, find the symbols, find the crystals, find the energies, the statues, whatever it is that feeds your soul, and wrap yourself in them, surround yourself with them. They are here to support your journey. You are on a fully funded mission. You cannot do it alone, and you must accept that you have whatever you need within. That does not mean you do it alone. Now she's weaving with the energies. And as she does, they move, they flow. And some of the symbols, the symbol of infinity, of duality, of above and below, one of the most important energies for you to weave into your consciousness, because then you know, this too shall pass. I'm on a fully funded mission. The Merkaba, or the star tetrahedron, which represents the core of your light body and your ability to travel through time and through space, to pull from your other lives and your wisdom and your mentors and all of the experiences through you and through the Akash. I am the Akasha, so when you're with me, you access things with more ease, more grace. It's just the facts, and now I understand why. The spiral, the eternal, sacred, feminine spiral. These are your symbols, along with the flower of life over here, that we use as a sphere. Your light body around you as the sphere. So in this class, we will be working with this grandmother, these grandmothers, and we will be working with your guides, and we will be giving you tools and wisdom to work with other energies to help you heal. Maybe it'll be right away malachite, and maybe it'll needs to first be citrine. And citrine is a clearing, cleansing. It's gold ray as well. So let me check on you, and then we're going to go into our communication. Okay, good. Some of the best trees grow fruit. Yummy. Absolutely. I'm so excited. We finally figured out a way to get to have more of our coconuts. We have so many coconuts that we just get somebody to come and cut them all, and part of their payment is to take the coconuts and then they sell them. And we don't have a way personally to access them, but we have 5 of them in the refrigerator right now. Can't wait. So, all right. Let's go and begin. I want to check this out over here. Okay, so you go to the shop and you'll see the Prosperity Magic. There's a payment plan if you need that, and it'll give you a little bit, it'll give you the dates. And most important, what I want you to understand is that I'm already sending out things for people to do. This is coming through me in a new way. It's important because we're unhooking old beliefs and mindsets, energy patterns, and soul contracts. So that's why I say, watch where you feel pulled, watch where you blame. One of the easiest things to do is to look at blame, okay? And then be sure that you check out that we have also the Sacred Soul Powers coming up next month. On Monday, the Sacred Spirit Guide Circle is happening. And this is a really great, you can still get the Heal the Mother Wound. I want to share this with you because Monday, this is a monthly community that I highly recommend that you join. It's only $26 a month. And here's what we're doing in January. This Monday, we're going to meet our special spirit guides for the 2024, the Year of the Dragon. So whether you can come live or not doesn't matter. You'll get that recording and you'll be in the process, and you can be in the group chat. Then on the 22nd, we're going to have our sacred spirit guides are going to be Rabbit and Dragon, the yin to the yang power balance. We're moving out of a yin year, a feminine year. Yes, it's been an intense year, and that was a feminine year, a rabbit year, a nurturing year. Make sure you take these next few weeks and get your foundation feeling really good and solid, because the dragon year is about growth. And what are you going to grow? If you feel blocked to prosperity, you're blocked to flow, you're not understanding who you really are, and you have to begin to accept that. So We're going to go in, the meditation is going to be embracing your inner dragon, unlock yang power and your inner strength. And also in February, the sacred past life guides and mentors are going to be the most relevant and powerful guides and magical mentors from any realm, any plant, any crystal, any fairy, any goddess, from your soul and your light body, cracking open the codes of your soul blueprint and accessing the treasure you've been waiting for. There's wisdom here that you've never felt the depth and strength for. And that's going to happen in the Sacred Spirit Guide Circle to align with what we're doing in the Sacred Soul Powers. And then we're going to have the Sacred Spirit Guide of the Sacred Feminine of the Inner Shadow World with Balaam, my Sacred Black Jaguar Guide, and the Wise Sacred Feminine Guides, including Gaia, Inanna, Persephone, Jaguar Medicine Woman, and others. And your meditation will be walk in your shadows and open the door of light. So this is just a sample of what comes each month, and I hope that you will join us. Now I'm going to share one more thing with you. I know, isn't it wonderful? Thank you. So I wanted to just share one more thing, like, oh, I don't know, I guess you can't see me. I've got Ancient Greece is coming up in May, and it's going to be amazing, powerful. It's a very important step for a lot of people on their path reconnecting, and for the planet, it's a journey for a soul. And oops, sorry about that. And then we have the Sacred Soul Powers. And that's the one that's going to be in February. So there's a payment plan for that as well. And this is, if you haven't ever felt that you understand your past lives or work with them or communicate with them, whatever it is, or you don't think they're important, this will change your life in such profound ways. So this is the next step in our Sacred Feminine Mystery School this year. And you instantly get the Communicate with Your Past Lives process. It's an audio process that you can repeat. And so you can take a look here. You're going to start to change the minute you say yes to any of these classes. That's kind of the way that works. So, okay, now let's take a peek over here. I want to show you the scale. So these are coming up, and hang on, let's see, here we are. So this is today, Prosperity Challenge, the Sacred Feminine Prosperity Secrets Activation, and we're going to enter the realm of wisdom and abundance. Now, abundance and prosperity are different at the core, and I want you to look up the meaning of prosperity. It's thriving and growth and flourishing, and you can only do that when you're in the right environment. If you give yourself the right crystals around you, if you clear the air, if you smudge after you go to work, if you realize every person you talk to, every person you think of is affecting your energy, and you want to cleanse and clear it a couple of times a day minimum. If you see clients, every client before and after, you owe it to them to be a clear and open channel. So entering the realm of wisdom means you're going to accept that you're on a fully funded mission. And when you're on a fully funded mission, then you're being the wise one. You're not running around like a crazy person trying to figure out how to make money. You're not thinking about how you suck and how you failed and this person won't like you and whatever else is going on, right? You're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm the wise one. The only person here that can hear the truth inside of your soul is you. I can come with you and tell you what they're showing me that they want you to hear, because I can hear it. So in the class at the end, I'll answer questions, do readings and things like that around whatever happened to you. However, these are 90-minute classes. We're going to go in, we're going to receive messages, we're going to get some tools, we're going to discuss how to create your ritual, how to create your altar, how to cleanse and clear. We're going to have these tools step by step so you can do everything from like, I need to cleanse these energies, I need to unhook from this, I need to connect to that, I'm ready for this. These will address all of your biggest challenges, okay? Now today, the realm of wisdom holds that door to you accepting that you are here on a fully funded mission, okay? Now, being timeless, or being a master of time, or being a traveler of time. This is a very important concept because we felt bound by time. Abundance is a lot. Prosperity is growth, flourishing, becoming, going from a seed to a plant or a sprout to a tree to fruit to flowers. This is to continuing to expand. Prosperity requires the right things in abundance. The right things in abundance. So be careful if you're walking around saying, I want abundance, I want abundance. What do you want abundance of? I would like an abundance of grace and ease, love and peace. I love harmony. I'm very attached to harmony. One of the biggest qualities in my life that defines prosperity to me is harmony. So your next homework is to define prosperity. If you're in the class, you've already received some of this intel, okay? And your definition now of abundance and your concept of wisdom. Is wisdom something that only the ancients had, only others have, only elders have, only the authority has? Where is wisdom? Do you have wisdom within you? Do you believe that you are wise? Do you trust yourself? Would you go to yourself for counsel? Okay? So the magic that we are going to uncover is energy of who you are. And the reason that it's magic is because that's what life feels like when you trust yourself. You still go through your ups and downs. You still get sick. You still fall down. You still have people who die. You have days there where money flows in, and you have times when there's none. That is not what you are here to change. And if you continue to try to change that, then you're going to continue to struggle. And that's your choice. But the Sacred Feminine Prosperity secrets that we are sharing now, and these are required by you if you're coming to the Prosperity Magic class, to watch these as well for the first 3 prep classes. And your Sacred Feminine activation is going to be this opportunity to repeat this, to come back and enter the realm of wisdom and abundance. So I want to ask you for a moment to write down, to close, to breathe, to recognize and realize you're already in this safe space. If you're holding any tension or fear, if you feel frustrated that I'm not talking about money or telling you how to make $1 million tomorrow or whatever's coming up for you, okay? So we're calling in the bell. Chimes and bells are excellent support. They are sacred guides. This is a clear sound, and it clears. You can use it on you and around you to clear and cleanse yourself, the space. Now, what does abundance mean? Where are you seeking abundance? Are you defining abundance? Do you feel hungry, starved, unfulfilled, denied? Now just let these things roll up. Start to relax. Take a breath. Where are you holding? I don't want to know. I don't want to think about that. Oh, that's sad. That's regret. That feels bad. We're diving into the depths. We are in the new moon energies, and this is the perfect time for us to take this walk together. Enter the realm of wisdom and abundance within your own sacral, within your own belly. Your divine connection to the divine realms. Can you see and feel yourself with the wisdom? Now take a visual or a pen and declare that I am ready and willing to accept my wisdom, receive abundance, and flow as aligned to my highest good at this time. I'm ready and willing to accept my wisdom, receive abundance, and flow as aligned to my highest good at this time. Now, next to good, I want you to write prosperity is my natural state. I accept peace, harmony, clarity, and I am open and receptive to prospering, growing, creating, expanding. Now I'm going to show you the scale. And I want you to look here. Blame is very low, very difficult to get out of it. And you see destruction, loss everywhere. Very difficult to get out of blame. As you rise up, what are you seeking? Acceptance, courage, and up is a power state. It brings power to you. It literally is a process of empowerment to have the courage to step out of who you were, to be willing to break the habits of what everybody else does, to do this and listen to your heart despite anybody around you at all believing in you, and finding your community like this. Now, once you go to acceptance, you have your emotional body cleansing, it's forgiving, and harmony comes. When your mind can be in harmony, that's why I said this is one of the most important states to me, is that you see more, you understand more, you become that grandmother of prosperity consciousness, seeing and feeling the colors, the flow. You are aware in every moment that there is a flow of prosperity, there is a current of energy waiting for you, and that you could become in harmony with it. What does that mean? It means you're resonating. It means you're communicating. It means you're receiving. And this becomes, your reality becomes transcendent. You transcend without effort and struggle. The past, the pain, the ways you were. You know them, you see them, you remember them, but you don't struggle anymore. And you get to eat, receive, and see through compassion. There's no blame in compassion. Now let's look at abundance. Abundance is the mental state of joy. It's up at 540. You want to look at the scale. It's available in the shop.nanakasha.com. It's free. Now, you go to abundance. You say, okay, yeah, I want an abundance. And I want to prosper. If you want to prosper, you need to get to peace. You see, peace is at 600. The emotional state of peace is bliss. The mental state of peace is serenity. And the process, the reality you start to live in is illumination. You see your perspective towards everything is all being. That doesn't mean you are faceless. It means that all beings are being. You've already experienced oneness when you experience abundance. It's the state before that. So these are your goal. Because if you can imagine a serene or abundant or harmonious mind and make that your goal, you will start to tap into the flow. Now, if you can think about feeling, forgiveness doesn't require work. That's why when you accept, your body just dumps. It's like going to the bathroom. You just go, wow, that was great. All that toxic stuff gone. My body, my mind, my soul, all these guides around me, my higher self, they've all been working together with Gaia and my body elemental to process the toxins in my body and get rid of what I don't need. You're doing the same thing with your spirit, mind, emotions. So the reason that you want prosperity is because it's your natural state. You are built to grow, to expand. You need that acceptance. When you accept yourself, you accept if you're mad, you accept if you're sad, you accept if you're in pain. You just friggin' accept it. Doesn't mean you like it. It doesn't mean you're choosing it. But don't drag a bunch of grumbling and complaining, because then that's lack of acceptance and you can't get to acceptance. So your energy doesn't lie. And when you move, the wisdom is here. Okay, the next state after acceptance is reason, and your perspective becomes wise. Here, if you could say, wow, what would it be like to be the wise one, to accept I'm already built with the wisdom? What would it be like? Then it becomes thinking very abstractly. That's what this state is for. Look at the process. The process is what happens around you. You start to see things change. You see them differently. You don't like that anymore. You like this. You see this and you never saw it before. Your whole reality changes because look what happens next. Revelation, transfiguration. Transfiguration is where we're moving, and that's the place of joy. So joy is abundance. The dolphins always want to be here. The hummingbirds always want to hold that space for you. Anything else that means and feels like joy to you will inspire abundant thoughts for you. Start to change your environment. Look at what else you could shift. Pure love. Okay, I don't know about pure love. I don't love myself. I couldn't even friggin' say love before. If that's how you feel, now I love myself so much. It's ridiculous. Even my old saggy face, my body, I love it all so much. And there wasn't a way for me to do that before because I was attached to all these ideas of what other people thought and me being right for them. And all it did was cause me to get fatter and fatter. If they bury myself, try to literally almost crush myself with difficulties and energy to stop me from being me. So whatever you've been eating too much or eating bad things, or if you have extra weight or clutter in your house, or you're in relationships, or you feel obligated, or you can't, you're not willing to go, face your fears, or whatever it is, everybody has it. But what happens if you have the courage, then the energies come to you. You become empowered. You have permission. Okay. I want you to have this as your reality. Then you'll go back to craving. Look where craving is. It's desire, addiction. And then your emotional body craves. I want more money. I need this job. I need this face. I need this facelift. I need this boyfriend. I need that. And the frightening thoughts just never end because it's disappointment, disappointment, disappointment. This is stuckness. This is enslavement. This is denial. This is the classic state of lack 125. So you're going to get to know yourself by saying, wow, what am I feeling right now? I'm feeling disappointed. Well, I was a little kid on the outside. I never got what I wanted. Everybody else got. My sister got what she wanted. I didn't, or whatever. And I want you to say it. I want you to accept it. Accept what you're feeling. Talk to that part of you, the part that's annoyed, the part that's frustrated, the part that can't stand it, right? Do it, do it, do it. Because now you're going into the underbelly. Now you're going into the womb. Now you're really entering the roots of who you are because you're fully funded. And what you have been is gone into winter. It's shriveled, it's died, it's fallen off. It's been cut off from life force. Stop carrying it around. It has no power. It is not serving you. Face this. Now, please excuse me. I'm going to have to cough. I want you to take a look and say to yourself, right? Harmony, harmony. I invite harmony into my mind. I accept whatever is, whatever was, and am ready to transcend it with compassion. I let go, I unhook, I forgive with ease and grace. That covers everything. Just say that and let all of your crystals, your higher self, all of the guides, guards, the sacred spirit guides that are here for you. We are never alone, never alone. If your mother or father passed on, if your husband passed on, if your dog passed on, if you had a connection to angels when you were little, they're still there. We're the ones that separated, that got consumed with the fear and the pain and the story. We've been pushed to this point, but that's the whole breakdown that we're in. It's a beautiful transfiguration. So work your way back up and down the scale. Take a look at it. Now I'm feeling regret. I'm feeling hopeless. I'm feeling condemned. I'm feeling blame. I'm condemning others. I'm feeling shame. I'm eliminating things. I'm not answering the job offer, and I know and I just can't get myself to do it. I'm eating this cookie again. It doesn't matter what it is. Please just accept and love yourself. This is the path to truth. It's the path to beauty. It's the path to gold, riches. And these riches are so deep that Lakshmi wants you to know the riches of your mind, the riches of your soul, the riches of the realms of the fairies, being in the flow of your life, seeing yourself living through these pains with compassion because you see from above. You're standing as your wise self, full of abundance. Now, more gives you the chance to transfigure. So peace is what you are going to. Whenever anything happens, you're going to accept it, have the courage to look at it, accept it. Call on peace, and once you find peace, it will take root. This is the flow of your Kundalini. This is the opening of your Janisa crystal. This is the beginning of your new reality that is ready to birth this next 2 years. The dragon year, the serpent year. These are years of massive transformation, shedding the old, accepting, reclaiming your power, growing and changing in ways that you won't recognize yourself, and then coming down, being very, very grounded. So the gratitude and the reverence and the flow that we will be tapping into are here at the state of gratitude. I accept, thank you. I accept, thank you. I accept, thank you. That's all you need to do. Okay, so we are going to begin a process. This is to connect to the timeless wisdom keepers of peace and prosperity realms, the prosperity grandmother dream reavers. Like we've said, this is the first day. We're entering the realm of sacred feminine prosperity. That's flow. We're entering the realm of wisdom. We saw that that's above acceptance. Abundance is joy. And you're going to want to repeat this. So right now, as you prepare, when you're in the class, we will have this as a separate audio and video for you. Please lay down. If you don't have any sacred things with you, see if they call you. Please turn off all of your notifications and connect and enter this sacred space with the intention of entering the realm of wisdom and abundance to change the flow of prosperity in your field. Now lay down, get comfortable, make sure you can close your eyes and completely let go. You no longer need to see the screen unless you want to see the grandmother before you go deeper. So we invite you now to enter the realm of prosperity and peace with the grandmother's wisdom keepers and receive a blessing in this activation and a message. And your prosperity, this being the potential to grow and prosper, to thrive in the correct environment, to stay connected to the fact that you are here on a fully funded mission. You are indeed encoded and built and designed, and you have completed so many contracts. You no longer need to carry the dead branches as you go through the ups and downs of the physical reality. You are now stepping into the conscious creator realm. You are now going to become aware that you are creating, not wondering if it's true. You're going to create a life you came here that only you could create, full of the potential, meaning everything you need to prosper in your optimal and ideal way, to grow a new world in your own unique way, to open your eyes to a new reality that you never knew, and to be filled with joy as you see your potential as never ending, infinite. Get ready to enter the year of growth. This is a perfect time to cleanse and realign all levels of your light body, and especially your prosperity beliefs. So now, look at the prosperity grandmother. Look at the symbols, the energies, and the light. There are more in there, perhaps, that are calling to you. The stars, perhaps a symbol on her heart, perhaps the braids of her hair. The infinite flow, the harmonizing of the full color spectrum flowing. Now take a deep breath in, breathing in these energies, these symbols, the infinite wisdom, abundance, and prosperity that is optimal for you at this time. Close your eyes. And as you release the breath, let it go out from your lungs, down your arms, into your fingers, up your neck, through your head. Let it go down softly through the belly, the sacral, the hips, and the legs. As you watch it, you relax and release. You surrender into this moment. Take another slow, deep breath in. Take this one in through the mouth. Let it fill the throat. Feel it pulsing and invite the harmonizing flow of the full color spectrum as a grandmother weaves these beautiful energies in and out in an infinite flow in your throat. And now up and down in an infinite flow from your throat. There's now a cross, an infinity cross of flow from above to below and side to side, crossing in your throat. It flows. You can see, sense, and feel grandmother's hand. Now you notice it's bringing down energies softly from your higher self into your throat. Now that flow goes from your throat into the heart. Receive this flow, see it, watch it. Breathe in now through your heart. Allow this breath to be the breath of life, the permission that you give yourself. And now it enters this flow and expands your heart center. Release. Take a breath into the heart. Hold it here. Release. Keep expanding this connection point, the flow coming from the left to the right. Take another breath in. The flow coming from the back to the front. Feel it softly clearing. Allow the harmonious energies, the abundance of joy, the wisdom, the truth. Be still and receive. Breathe into the heart. Hold this now. The harmonizing full color spectrum flows up again into the higher self and down through the crown, through the third eye, into this beautiful open space full of harmony, spiraling, spiraling, spiraling. Sit still. Be at peace. Your crown is on fire. Your higher self is watching. She is sitting as the grandmothers surround you. There is a circle around you. The infinity flow of the flames of the infinite multicolored full color spectrum flow through you from above and below, from side to side. And you sit in the center of your throat, a space that has been burdened by blocks and fears, afraid to ask and to receive, afraid to express, afraid to create with your voice, to say your powers, to declare, to command, to observe, to receive, to speak into the world the magic that you know. The magic that calls the colors, the elements, that calls the goddesses, that calls the celestials. The voice that knows the song, the words, and the symbols of the crystals. The songs, the breath that gave life after life after life. Sit now as we call on peace, wisdom, harmony, and joy. Each enter from a direction above, below, in front or behind, side to side. You have now an infusion. Will you receive? Will you drink this wisdom? Will you allow your Janisa crystal in your sacral to drop the navel, to drop that umbilical cord of light down, down, down from you, reaching the depths of your Earth star. Your higher self sends a pulse. It flows through the full color flow into your throat. Receive it now. Your Earth star sends the jewels, the treasures, the wisdom from your other lives, from this life up into your throat. Receive it. The two cross, they blend, they begin to dance. The above and the below, your soul and your body. I am the connection point for the prosperous flow. I am the wise one. I connect now to the wisdom and enter the realm of the sacred, prosperity, timeless grandmothers. Stay here and be at peace. Stay here and receive the flow. The pulse from above and the pulse from below, flowing like the infinite. The grandmothers weave now the circle around you. They both protect you, cleanse you, upgrade you, and empower you. You're transcending the blame and all the codes and beliefs of lack. You're transcending the regret, the despair, the frightening thoughts, and the hopelessness. You simply observe them and accept yourself. Accept all lives and all who have interacted with you in any time and any space. Grandmothers continue to softly cleanse, realign. You move past your victim self. The anger falls away, and you feel the courage filling you, surrounding you. You feel seen, affirmed. Your mind expands, the rays of multicolored light open. You're transcending faster now. You see all the old agreements and pains. The abstract energies appear. They're shriveled and dead. They're dead branches. They're composted. They're broken locks in all senses and all words. I love you. Thank you. I am ready to release you. I acknowledge and accept you, and I receive your power. But I no longer crave, and I no longer am attached to anything. I am present and at peace. The power flows and fills your throat. It expands into your heart. It fills your head and begins to move through the mind, the third eye. Permission opens in your field. You now have permission. Everything is in place. Rise to trust. You are moving into the realm of wisdom. Only you can take this step. Accept your permission and lodge it in your throat. You can now speak with authority. You have permission from the past. You have permission from all authority. You have permission from everything. You have permission from the highest authority. And most of all, you have permission from your truth. It is time. I can, I am, I release, and I'm willing to trust. As you trust, you feel the tools beginning to spin and to awaken and to stir within all the levels of your light body, your aura. I'm ready and willing, I'm ready and willing. I open the next level. I am filled with my tools, I'm enabled, I have permission, I trust this path and I release. I see it, I know it, it is here. What is your intention here, beloved? Give it to the grandmothers, and they will mold it with your soul's purpose. My intention is to enter the realm of wisdom and abundance. My intention is to reawaken my true, prosperous nature, accept my fully funded mission, and flow with my inner wisdom in peace, spreading bliss, illuminating the path. And so it is, and I give and command to all of myself as the leader of my life. Now is the moment. It is done. Now you feel a new flow entering your heart from the front, flowing to the back. A new flow flowing from side to side. And all of these 6 points flow into your throat. This is your communication center. Here, the grandmothers are giving you a message and a blessing. Your potential is now reconnected. Once you have done this 3 times, you will speak a new truth. Once you have done this 7 times, you will speak magic to the world with wisdom in every step. Receive now your message and your blessing. I accept all that I have received and released. I accept this challenge and these doors that have been opened for me. I accept all these guides, spirits, and the other parts of me that are here to support my metamorphosis, my transformation. I accept abundance. I trust myself. I accept the past, the pain, the parents. I accept all now, and it is released with love from my emotional body. And so it is, and so it is. The rose enters your emotional field. The divine rose quartz of Gaia's body brings frequencies of soft, healing love. It will wrap you day and night. Aphrodite and Venus, Mary and Isis, the divine feminine guides through time and space, Gaia the Great Mother, Delphine, this beautiful essence that is rising within us Let it be walking the divine path in divine time, walking with right words, heart, mind, intention. I accept the responsibility of a clear and open throat, in flow with 6 dimensions. And I accept my prosperous nature, my fully funded mission, and all the tools that I am and that I have. And so it is. Namaste. We give great thanks for this space, for this incredible opportunity to journey, to transform within our own fields, and for the Akasha and the collective. May this move now into the planet and out for all who are ready. May we each prosper in our own flow. May we each speak only the love, wisdom, abundance, joy, and acceptance that will create the flow. And may we all be a flowing, overflowing blessing. All that I desire is within me, and all that I desire is given to others as I accept it, receive it, and become it. When I enjoy it and live it, when I deserve it, I become the receptacle, the chalice, and the sacred feminine. In la Quechalacan, we are one, Mitakuwase. Thank you, grandmothers. Thank you to my own spirit and purpose. Thank you to this moment and this gathering. And thank you to the Sacred Feminine Mystery School that is opening its space to us and guiding us into our power, our magic, our creative possibilities. And thank you to the rabbit who has created love and foundation for us. And thank you to the dragon. As we come closer and closer, you will bring the growth energy. And we are preparing now to be the clear chalice for it. In light, love, and aligned with my soul purpose. I walk now into the world with these qualities and this flow. Namaste. And so it is. All right, thank you, everyone. That was our opening. That was class number 1 for the Prosperity Magic class. So if you're in the Prosperity Magic class, of course you'll do that. And I believe they asked us to do that again 7 times. So tomorrow we will meet and we will go directly into our next opportunity with these beautiful people, this beautiful space. So the space that we create now will grow with each and every one of our classes and our shows. The more you do it, the more you amplify it. The more we put it into the Akash, which is everywhere for people to access, whether they know how or not, the more that this is available, that you have the opportunity. So we're going to be sending, if you're in the class, the Prosperity Magic class, please join us. We're going to send you the transcript and all of the sayings, all of the declarations, and how to use them. So we will have all of that start to be put together next week so that by class you will have that. And tomorrow we're going to meet at noon Central, and it's going to be Sacred Feminine Prosperity Secrets Co-Creation Wisdom Process. So we're going to take what we've just done. What you've done is quite profound. And I want you to really grasp what you've just done is we've opened an infinity flow up to our crown, to our higher self, and to our soul. And we brought that energy down. And it's that infinite energy of the Prosperity Grandmother. This is the full color spectrum, which is harmony. Okay? And it has everything in it that you need. And that's coming down as an infinity flow right here. Right there. All right, into your throat. This is the nexus point of what's happening. And this is important. I leave it to the guides that call to bring in more wisdom. See, did you see what just happened? I've been having stuff in there. And it happens when I do the talking and teaching, but because we're clearing the throat now, suddenly there's a new level of clarity, and I can still feel something in there. And what happens is they chose this to be the nexus point. I might have chose the heart, but I want to be in correct, divine and right connection to be the clear and open channel for the highest good for all of us. And then it comes here and it goes into the heart. So what it's essentially doing is what we call the Atlantean wand. What happens is when the heart energy comes up and to the throat and the third eye crown, and in this moment it's really going to your soul star, which is your 8th chakra here, and it's where your higher self is. It's coming from your higher self into your throat, the heart into your throat. Now they're crossing. This is one of the points of the Kundalini flow. And this is part of the thing is we have to clear these points. Thank you. They're showing this to me now. We have to clear the chakra points of the crossing because of the imbalance, masculine and feminine, that's been flowing through these points. This has been very closed because we've been beheaded, strangled, cut off, gagged, literally, physically, emotionally, mentally, devalued, disowned, and all of these things. And it's become a fear. You cannot bring fear into your prosperousness, okay? You don't want to grow a tumor on your new prosperity tree. You want to grow fresh, vibrant, new, green things. So get your altar together, get your prosperity journal together. We're doing it. Mine has Aphrodite on the cover and it's in my favorite color, a beautiful turquoise. And get the colors if you want to write with them. Be rich, be expressive. This is about expressing. So we've just opened one of the most powerful centers we own, that we deny and that we shut off. This is the pillar of light between the above and your body. If you're going to fully embody your body, manifest in 3D in your body, this has to be activated. Now, we brought it from above and below, and we brought it also down to our Earth Star. I'm going to teach you more about that, but that is the chakra beneath your feet, and that is where all of your shit goes, and then it is panned for gold. And then the wisdom and the treasures of this life and potentially others are there. When you have a block to that coming back to you, you're not in the flow of realizing that died, but there's wisdom in it. And as it goes, I'm going to rise to a new level of truth. I'm going to come out from a certain perspective of experience out of that underworld into a higher level of awareness and consciousness. And I'm going to go into that place. And what's going to happen is that I'm going to see things from a different perspective. I'm not going to feel the same. I'm not going to think the same. I'm not going to want things the same. So you aren't trying to fix or get rid of anything. You're not trying to hate anything. You are rising out of it, okay? Excuse me. Now we had a flow also coming side to side and also coming back to front. So you have 3 infinity symbols coming through your throat center, and then you breathed into it and you expanded it, which means that crossing point above and below, side to side, front to back, these represent different things within the multidimensional universe. And I'm going to teach you more of that in the class. All you need to know now is you have 6 different dimensional potentials, extremes, this side and that side. The flow removes, the flow brings. It's happening now. It's going to continue through our challenge. And if you're in the class, it's going to continue. So you've got 3 days of this, and enjoy it, share it. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Namaste. Hi. It's your time, my love. Be in your magic and shine. Aho, yay, I love your message from grandmother, sweet Genevieve. Hi, Spirit Messenger, you're so welcome. Hi, Luna. Hi, Luna Marie. Oh, deep, deep gratitude. Thank you. Deep, deep gratitude to all of you as well. Namaste. You're so welcome.